We get
Of course, we talk about
inappropriate sometimes.
don't say that. We don't get inappropriate.
Well, I mean, it's personal, I think. Maybe that's a better word.
Yes, we
Personal.
get very personal.
And that doesn't need to be.
Well, it'll probably pick it up. We're live now, so if you're tuning in. All right, we are getting going here at Pinkel Field at Green Sports Complex for going to be a bit of a windy and cold one this evening. Nice to be in the booth for this one, though, as it's not going to be near as chilly up here. Pratt taking on Hesston today. Pratt comes into this game 13-1. Great season so far for the Greenbacks up to this point. See if they can keep it rolling tonight. Looks like meetings of the coaches and umpires getting underway, and we'll be ready to go here in just a few minutes.
We have to text my husband and say, find someplace in town that sells hot chocolate and drinks.
Exactly. Mark's stopping at Pizzacos tonight. Picking up Pizzacos.
Good. All right, as we get set to get kicked off here, Allie James is going to be on the mound for the Greenbacks. She is 7-0 this season for the Greenbacks, yet to lose a game. Her alongside Gabby Gatlin. Part of the reason the Greenbacks have had this much success coming into this game. Pratt will be home. Boy, and they've got the wind in their face in that dugout. You can't see the flags here yet. We'll see if we can get you a shot of them, but the wind is blowing, I would say, a good solid 20 miles an hour, and the gusts a little bit more than that. So if you're riding that open range tomorrow, I hope the wind dies down for you, because that's a long race. I've done it twice, and it's fun when it's done, but you don't want the wind while it's going. No. In the booth here tonight by myself, well, at least on the mics, I do have the wonderful Bev Crump and Denise Loganville up here with me. So if you hear some chattering in the background, it's those women. I offered them headsets to be on the broadcast with me, and they hit right back to Allie James as she makes the first out at first base. That will be Griffin for Hesston there, the pitcher. Bring up one out here in the top of the first inning. Going to bring up Album. Get these names right for the Hesston players here.
Walter's in the hole.
And she tries to lay down the bunt down the third base side. And a nice stretch by J.C. Tice for a quick 1-2 outs in this first inning. Well, the Greenbacks could make short work of this if this is what we're going to see. I haven't done a softball game yet, though, so I do like watching it. It's so much more fast-paced and exciting, and not more exciting, but there's just a lot of action in a softball game that sometimes you don't get in a baseball game. They're a little more drawn out, a little more time in between pitches. Softball, that is not the case. It is rapid fire. As the first pitch there by James is going to count for a strike. And a foul ball down the right side, that's going to go out of play. J.C. Tice not able to make a play on that. This is going to be Large at the plate, number 20, catcher for Hesston, as she goes down 0-2 early in the count. That one finds the gap there on the left side. She's going to stop at first, though. So a base runner on for Hesston. See if they can capitalize on that. First runner to reach base for Hesston. That's going to bring number 12, Walters, the third baseman, up to bat for Hesston. And a strike in there for Allie James. Ahead in the count early. And a swinging strike there as, again, she's ahead in the count, 0-2. Where I don't even think you worry about that runner on first with the 2-strike, 2-out lead here. And the runner goes. Bit of a hesitation there by Marley Bates. She's going to be in safely there at second. Again, though, get the out at the plate, and that run's not going to mean anything. A pass ball there is going to allow her to take third base. So Hesston able to move on the base path here on an error there on the pass ball, and a bit of a hesitation on Marley making that throw down to second. Count goes 2-2. And a swinging strike 3 will finish the inning for the Greenbacks as they make quick work of that, only leaving one runner left on base for Hesston. We'll be coming back at the bottom of the first. Allie James will be leading off for the Greenbacks.
You're listening to Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media.
All right, welcome back to Green Sports Complex. We're here at Pinkel Field today with some Pratt Greenbacks softball as they take on the Hesston Swathers. Got out of that first inning, no harm done, only one runner left on base for Allie James, and she comes to the plate as the leadoff batter for the Greenbacks. And an early strike there on Allie James as... Let's take a look at her stats here. Allie's batting .500 for the season. She's had 58 plate appearances, 24 runs scored, 24 hits. And that ball's going to get by the catcher there for the first ball. On the mound for their Hesston Swathers is Griffin, who led off for them that last inning. See if Allie can get something going here for the Greenbacks to get them started. Bit of an off-speed pitch there for strike 2. That has been the MO for these Greenbacks. They get going early. A lot of these games don't make it the full length as they usually finish them up in 3, 4, 5 innings. And a swinging strike 3. Allie James is going to go down looking for the first strikeout tonight for Hesston. That will bring up the senior, Gabby Gatlin. hit to first, and she's there in time. Beats the throw a bit wide, brought the first baseman off the bag. Just enough to make it a tough play. So Gabby, after Allie James goes down swinging, Gabby Gatlin on first base, first runner of the day for the Greenbacks. At the plate here for the Greenbacks, J.C. Tice, junior for the Greenbacks, playing first base. J.C., another one of their leaders on the offensive side of things, batting .721 this season for the Greenbacks. As she takes a pitch, that's going to be strike one. The count goes 1-1. Gabby Gatlin trying to see if she can take a base over there on first base. And a swinging strike by J.C. Tice. She's going to go behind in the count here, 1-2. See if she can move Gabby around from first base, get a runner in scoring position here. A bit of a low pitch. Gabby had a good jump there, decided not to go, and that's going to even the count up, 2-2. As J.C. see if she can get something going here at the plate. Swinging strike three there. J.C. Tice goes down for the second out of the inning. Gabby Gatlin still on first base over there, waiting to get moved around. It's going to bring up the catcher, Marley Bates. Marley with the swinging foul tip, strike one. Still trying to move Gabby around over there. See if Gabby can be the one to do it. She's down 0-1 this count. A fly ball should be in play. And the first baseman makes a nice play on that for the third out of the inning. Greenbacks leave one runner on. Gabby Gatlin stranded on first there as Marley Bates pops out to finish the first inning. Greenbacks and Hesston all tied up here at Green Sports Complex, 0-0. Nobody on the board yet. We'll be back in a few minutes. You're listening to Greenback Sports on Eastus Media.
Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media.
All right, welcome back here to Green Sports Complex here at Pinkel Field. Start the second inning off for the Hesston Swathers will be the center fielder, Kramer. As Hesston had four batters at the plate last inning, got a runner over to third, but not able to do anything with it. And Allie James, again, efficiency would be one word I would use to describe her. Strikes early and often in the count for Allie James. That one's going to get down to the third baseman. And they're in plenty of time. J.C. Tice on the catch there for the first out of the innings for the Greenbacks. Starting off the same way last inning started off. Up quick and down quick for the Greenbacks. Keep this going through this inning, then get some batters back up to the plate. A little bit low and inside. There's the call. Going to be ball one on the right fielder, number 23, Eckler, for the Hesston Swathers. And that'll be in there for strike one.
I like this guy.
Tron, yeah, he's some, I mean, he improved his own
Oh, he does.
Count even at 1-1 here. Inside fastball there. Ball two, going to move the count 2-1. Again, Allie James on the mound for the Greenbacks. Like I said, a record 7-0 so far this season. You just saw that stat there, .76 ERA. And that is the nice thing about softball, is you can throw your pitcher every single game. You ladies up here are going to have to correct me if any of my softball terminology or comparisons are wrong, because I haven't watched a lot of softball, not as much baseball, so I just assume all the same analogies for baseball apply to softball. If I'm wrong, then yeah, okay. And a strike three looking for Allie James as she retires Eckler. And that'll bring up Eilert, number 27, the left fielder. Again, Allie James looking good on the mound for the Greenbacks early here. As we're tied up, still 0-0, nobody on the board. Offense might be hard to come by today. Bit of an off-speed pitch there, up in the zone. Swinging strike one. And that'll put strike two on the board. As Eilert aggressive at the plate, which I think you've got to be, because you know you're going to get strikes. That time with an 0-2 count, no, you don't have to throw something that's pretty there. Try to get him to chase something high and outside. Going to bring the count 1-2. Still no runners on base this inning for the Hesston Swathers. Greenbacks trying to keep it that way. Oh, did she go? She did go for strike three. Allie James, again, another good performance that inning on the mound for the Greenbacks, as that's 3 up, 3 down. And we'll be back for the Greenbacks in the bottom half of this second inning.
The second inning, at bat to Pratt, Jackson, toss on deck, Teasley in the hole.
All right, welcome back here to Green Sports Complex here on Pinkel Field as Bailey Jackson, the shortstop, comes to the plate for the Greenbacks. And they're a long foul ball over the right field fence, about over the dugout, so I shouldn't say long. And Bailey with a roller down to the first base is going to be an easy out there for the Hesston Swathers. When you hit it right to the first baseman, that's the one place you don't want to hit it. Anywhere else on the field, you got a chance to run that out. That time right along the base path. Not much of a chance there for Bailey. That will bring up Jenna Haas, the left fielder, number 36, one of the seniors for the Greenbacks. Greenbacks have 4 seniors on their roster this year. Pretty spread out team. 4 seniors, 4 juniors, 7 sophomores, 9 freshmen. So not necessarily an old team or a young team, just a good mix of all 4 ages there. That ball one evens the count 1-1 for Jenna Haas at the plate. Jenna Haas coming into today with a .423 batting average as she takes a look there at ball 2. See if we can get that runner. Left a runner on base last time. Bit of a pop up there, but that's going to be out of play. Catcher's not going to be able to make a play on that. So Jenna Haas with the 2-2 count here. When those flags not laying down any yet, the wind is still blowing. Thankfully, we're in the booth here where you can't quite feel it as much. And a swinging strike 3. It's going to retire Jenna Haas.
Teasley at bat. Hughes
Second out of the inning there as Aniston Teasley, third baseman, will come to the plate here and try to get a spark going for the Greenbacks. And there we go. A line ball to left field, and that's going to get over the left fielder's head as Aniston's going to turn that into a double. She tries to get it into a triple, and she's going to have a stand-up triple there for the Greenbacks to get things going. And there you can hear it. The Greenbacks excited. Aniston with a rope down that left field line, and that wind today is going to make anything that you put in the air just a little tougher to gauge where that's going to come down at. And I think that was the case there for the left fielder out there, as Eilert wasn't able to come down with that as that ball just kept blowing right to left. So a runner in great scoring position here is going to bring up freshman Hope Hughes, see if she can bring in the first run of the day for the Greenbacks. Down early, 2 strikes in the count as she fouls off that one. Well, being the first team to score is always good for momentum. Greenbacks can get Teasley in on third base there, put those first points on the board. And that time a looking third strike for Hope Hughes as the Greenbacks leave one runner on base there. Not able to capitalize on that great shot by Aniston Teasley there with 2 outs, puts one down the left field line, stand-up triple, but not able to bring him in. So that's going to bring up, heading to the top of the third. Hesston will be coming up. Crable will lead things off when we come back. Tune in.
You're listening to Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media.
All right, we're back here at Green Sports Complex here at Pinkel Field. I'm Cody Eastus with Eastus Media as the Greenbacks still struggling to get a point on the board, but the bright side is Hesston has not got on the board either, so no harm done there. But with runners left on base, both innings for the Greenbacks. Brings up Crable here for Hesston, their second baseman, as she tries to get things going on the Hesston side of things. Allie James, though, has looked good on the mound to this point as she's looking at a 1-1 count here. And a swinging strike 2 on a high fastball ahead of the count. Allie James goes. And a swing and a miss there for Allie James as she picks up her 5th strikeout, I believe we've got on the books. And strikeouts are something that she is familiar with. And you don't get to be a 7-0 pitcher with dealing a lot of strikeouts. And that is what Allie James has done so far today. A nice bunt laid down there. But the Greenbacks able to make the play there as Aniston Teasley up early on that ball. And plenty of time for J.C. Tice over there. for the second out of the inning.
Griffin at bat. Albin on deck. Large in the hole. 2 outs.
Good play by Aniston Teasley to come up early on that bunt. This was a nice bunt. But Aniston making a nice play on that. And umpires here conferring about something, and looks like we get the confirmation that it wasn't out. I'm not sure what the question was going into that, as Coach Forshee is going to come out to the mound and have a little chat with Marley Bates and Allie James, maybe just to ask what they saw. Or I didn't see anything up here. Did you, ladies? I don't know what the confusion would have been there, or what caused the umpires to come together and rule on that. But in favor of the Greenbacks, as that's going to go down as the second out. So no change to the outcome of that play, as Hesston is back at the top of the lineup with their pitcher Griffin. 2 outs here in the top of the third. And Griffin going to be hit by that pitch on the inside shoulder. Luckily for her, that wasn't a fastball. Looked more of an off-speed pitch there. Allie was trying to kind of get in there, and Griffin hugging that plate, which every batter should do. She does not have to move, and she doesn't, and she finds her way at first base for the first runner of the inning. That will bring up number 26, Albin, the first baseman for the Hesston Swathers.
I wasn't looking.
Well, I was relying on you ladies. We're going to call it a ball. It's called a ball on the scoreboard, so we're going to call it a ball on the broadcast. We're going to, until we get a signal otherwise from, who is our home plate umpire down there? Tom Kingston, okay.
T-R-O-N-G.
Okay, and we got Renner out there in the field. Those gentlemen have done a lot of ball games over their years. 2-0 the count, 90% certainty on that. As the throw down to first base by Marley Bates. A good throw. J.C. Tice going to hold that tag on there just a little bit longer, because why not? Nowadays, you never know if that runner's going to get up, take their hand off as they get onto their feet. As long as you still have that tag on there, you're going to get that out call. On the 3-0 count there, batter probably taken there most of the times on a 3-0 count. 3-1. 3-1 is the signal now. Yeah, good strike there by Allie James. Runner still on first base. And shows bunt. And that's going to be a stolen base for Griffin. And a way to come back in the count there for Allie James. Down early, 0-3, comes back, gets the strikeout for the Greenbacks. And the Greenbacks, one runner on that inning for Hesston Swathers, but not able to do any damage there as they leave one stranded. Greenbacks will be coming up here in the bottom of the third when we come back here on Eastis Media. All right, welcome back here to the Green Sports Complex as the Greenbacks taking on Hesston Swathers today in a cold and windy matchup. Still all even on the scoreboard is nobody yet to score here. Lexi Blasey at bat for the Greenbacks. Plays right field as she tries to lay down the bunt, which, well, you see a lot of lefties do that in softball. I have watched enough softball to know that if you're a lefty, laying down that slap bunt, if you've got some speed, is tough to defend. So Lexi down early in the count, 0-1 after trying to show that bunt. We'll see if we see it again for the second time. And that time a swinging strike 2. Lexi Blasey on the season with a .571 batting average. Not a lot of plate appearances, only 9. That time, a foul ball back here in the stands, and you can probably hear it rattle when it hits them.
Yep, he called her.
Oh, and that is something that you see in softball much more than in baseball with the left-handed batter. They try to get out of that box as fast as they can, but if you get out too early, you're going to get called out there. It's going to be the strike. And so Lexi Blasey called out by the home plate umpire for leaving the box early there. As Allie James up to the plate, a fly ball, but a great catch from the center fielder out there as she's able to manage the wind, which has been tough to do to this point. Allie James, a deep fly ball there right on the transition of the dirt and the grass, or I'm going to call it dirt as long as I live, but it's turf here in Pratt. Yeah, you know, it's kind of like a 5-wood with golf clubs. They're not wood anymore, but we all still call them 3-woods and 5-woods. It's just familiar. So 2 outs for the Greenbacks here as Gabby Gatlin comes to the plate. And a pop fly might have a chance to, and that's going to get out of play. So Gabby going to have new life here. This count goes 1-1. 2 outs for the Greenbacks. No runners to reach this inning. Only 2 runners on base so far throughout this game for the Greenbacks. 1 each inning, but both left on base. And Gabby takes an off-speed pitch there for strike 2. That ball low. Going to bring the count even at 2-2 here. Gabby looking to be the first base runner for the Greenbacks this inning. And again, a ball popped out of play. Gabby doing a good job of fighting that count off with 2 strikes. Anything close to that zone, and you've got to be swinging or trying to put it in play. The worst thing you can do in baseball or softball is go down looking. And that time an inside pitch. Gabby well ahead of that as that goes down the third baseline. And Coach Mike Forsey with the nice scoop there. I don't think that ever leaves a baseball player. You see that on the sidelines all the time. The coach has always still got good hands. And Gabby still fending off there. Count 2-2. I believe that's her 5th foul ball this at bat. As she is not going to go away easily as she's trying to become that first base runner for the Greenbacks this inning. And again, a foul tip there by Gabby on a low off-speed pitch. A good job just to keep a bat on it. Every swing is a new at bat, so as long as you can stay alive up there. Yeah, just pointing out the difference in the way these flags are moving here. I can't imagine if you're a center fielder or left fielder how that ball is moving when it gets in the air a little bit there. Gabby Gatlin, a good eye there, really making the pitcher work for Hesston. As Griffin out there, not sure what to get by Gabby Gatlin here. This count goes full at 3-2. That time a short pop fly, should have a chance, and that's going to get out of play. I got to remember, this field is not near as deep as the baseball field. I see a pop fly like that in baseball, and I think, well, there should be room for that.
And this net up here didn't used to be there.
Ah, that was a smart ad.
Ball right here.
Yes, as Denise points out there, that now there is a net that covers those pop flies from kind of coming back on the crowd here, at least right behind home plate. You get down the lines a little bit to left and right field, and you don't have that same protection. But see if Gabby Gatlin continue to battle here. As a short pop fly there to the first baseman, and that is going to do it. Gabby, a good at bat there, not resulting in a hit, but boy, she made Griffin throw a lot of pitches to her before she decided that was enough. So that's going to do it for the Greenbacks there. Heading into the top of the fourth, still scoreless here at Green Sports Complex, Pinkel Field. You're listening to Greenback Sports on Eastus Media.
Score is still tied 0-0.
You're listening to Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media.
All right, we're back here in the top of the fourth inning for Greenback softball. Allie James, a bit of a wild pitch there, as forces the catcher large for Hesston to have to jump out of the way there before she takes one in the ankle. Boy, right square on the ankle is not a fun place to take a pitch. That is nothing but bone. So James down early in the count there, and that one's going to be hit over Teasley at third base there for Heston's first base runner of the inning. And that'll bring up Walters, the second baseman.
Walters at bat, Kramer on deck, Ecker in the hole.
So Hesston with a runner on first early in the inning, attacking that count there. And a bit low and away there. Marley Bates coming up ready to make a play if she needs to on a base runner trying to advance. Want to know the count here for James. Runner on first and a swinging strike one as Walters trying to get a runner moved over from first to second. Looks like that sun trying to creep out a little bit there. I don't know how much luck we'll have with it. And a high fastball. Going to bring the count 2-1 for Allie James as Walters going to wait to see her pitch. Off-speed pitch there. Out of the glove of Marley Bates as she tries to make a play down at second. A bit of a wild throw. Going to bring Gabby off the base. No play able to be made there for the Greenbacks. So Large is going to advance there to second base. And that pitch was a ball. So the count in the batter's favor here at 3-1. Outside there. Going to walk Walters. And for the first time tonight, we're going to see runners on first and second base for the Hesston Swathers, as that's going to bring up the center fielder, Kramer. And a well-hit ball to right field. In comes Lexi Blasey, not able to make the play. Runners are going to advance, but that ball was in the air long enough that they had to hold up and see if they needed a tag. So no damage done score-wise, but a tough ball there for Lexi Blasey, coming in fast. That ball was dropping fast. And so for the first time tonight, either team, we're seeing the bases loaded here with the right fielder, Eckler, coming to the plate. No outs for the Greenbacks. Looking to get their first out of the inning here. And a first pitch strike one for Allie James as she settles back down a bit. And going to try to get the Greenbacks out of this jam. And another nice pitch there by James. That's going to be in there for strike two. Well, we've seen her do it a couple of the other innings where she gets to going, and boy, it's up quick and down quick for the batters. That's what they need right now. And 3 straight pitches. Allie James for the first out of the inning. 2 more of those, and the Greenbacks can get out of this.
Goodman in the hole, 1 out.
As Eilert comes to the plate for the Hesston Swathers. Oh, did we get a substitution there? That's number 3. I don't think that's Eilert anymore. It looks like we've got a substitution here. We'll look at the sheet here. And
Number 3 is M. Kramer.
M. Kramer. Okay, so Kramer in for Eilert.
M. Kramer.
As we do have a couple Kramers on this Hesston team. So number 6, Kramer, is going to come in for Eilert. We'll see if she moves to left field. I would assume so. 3 for, there we go, 3 for 27. We're on it, Blue. Thank you, sir. So first at bat tonight for Kramer. Tough time to come into a ball game. Bases loaded, 1 out. You get subbed into the game, and you've got to come up to the plate. Thanks, Coach. Well, we'll see what she can do. I don't have her grade, but boy, that would be putting the pressure on, sending a freshman in for this. Let's see. Macy Kramer. They don't have ages on their roster, so if that's the case, she's welcome to the big leagues. First pitch, strike 1 for James, and that one, a fastball inside as she gets ahead in the count, 0-2, trying to get the second out of the inning here on the newly inserted Kramer here. And again, 3 straight pitches for Allie James. Retires Kramer. And will bring up number 9, the second baseman, Crable, for the Hesston Swathers.
Griffin in the hole, 2 outs.
Boy, Allie James really settling down here after the bases loading early for the Hesston Swathers, and has got 6 pitches and 2 outs, these last 2 batters. And again, first pitch, strike 1. So 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning, bases loaded. Hesston trying to capitalize in this. And that time a fastball inside for ball 1. Well, with the bases loaded like this is a time that you cannot afford a passed ball or a hit batter if you're Allie James or Marley Bates there behind the plate. And a high off speed gets Crable swinging for strike 2, and Allie James is 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning with no harm done. What an inning that would be. A bit inside there, the home plate umpire calls that, and that's going to even the count, 2-2. And a swinging strike 3 for Allie James is after the base is getting loaded by the Hesston Swathers. Allie James able to settle down, get herself out of that inning with 3 straight strikeouts. What a great way to finish that inning for Allie James as we head into the bottom of the 4th. Greenbacks, we'll see if they can get things going on there, and you're listening to Greenback Sports on Eastus Media. All right, welcome back here to Pinkle Field at Green Sports Complex as the Greenbacks, after getting out of the jam that last inning, bases loaded for the Hesston Swathers, and Allie James able to get the Greenbacks out of that. J.C. Tice now at the plate for the Greenbacks, who on the season, .721 batting average, 22 RBIs, a lot of production coming from the junior J.C. Tice. We've seen that across all sports for the Greenbacks from her. And down early in the count with a foul ball early and a swinging strike 2 there. J.C. Tice going to have to fend off things now. She's got to tighten up that strike zone a bit with 2 strikes on her. And that time, the ball low and away. Good eye by J.C. there not to chase that. Count goes to 1-2. And an off-speed pitch there, swung on by J.C. Tice deep into left field, but it's going to get out of play. On a normal day, that ball might have stayed in play, but with that wind coming from the north, anything down left field line probably isn't going to stay on course for too long today. There, off-speed pitch away as JC looks at ball 2, even the count at 2-2. Seeing if she can get the Greenbacks started here in this bottom half of the 4th inning. Still scoreless by both teams. And that time, a good job by JC to fight that off. That's not a pitch. That pitch is too close to take when you've got 2 strikes on you. You never want to leave it up to the umpire. It's kind of like a boxing fight. You never want to leave it to the judges because you never know what's going to happen. Again, another long foul ball by J.C. Tice as that one ends up in the pavilion south of the field. What's the reward these days for a foul ball? Bubble gum. It hasn't changed. That's nice to see. J.C. Tice here, 2-2 on the count. And again, an off-speed pitch, but J.C. doing a good job there to sit back on that, not get too far ahead of it as another piece of bubble gum flies out of this field. Griffin there had a couple batters tonight that have just really fought her. We saw Gabby Gatlin do it last inning. J.C. Tice this inning really good at bat. And that time, J.C. puts one on the ground to the shortstop and a high throw, and J.C. Tice will be in there at first base as the throw just not on the mark. That time for Goodman there at shortstop. Good field there, but not able to get the throw, so J.C. Tice going to reach first base for the Greenbacks. And that'll bring up Marley Bates. See if she can move J.C. Tice down to second here. No outs, and Marley tries to get the bunt on the ground to advance J.C. there to second. So Marley Bates down 0-1 in the count after that bunt. We'll see if they try it again on this pitch. Huge difference between having a runner on first versus being able to get him on second. Second base is scoring position. After a bit of a talk there from Coach Forshee. See what Marley Bates does. Steps in the batter's box here and see if we see that bunt attempt him or swing away. And again, the bunt that time laid down nicely, but home plate umpire is going to say that that ball hit inside the batter's box or on the plate and going to rule it a foul ball. So that'll be a strike on Marley Bates. Now I don't think we'll see the bunt play here with 2 strikes. You don't want to take the chance of that ball not being fair. J.C. Tice at first base for the Greenbacks. And a rope by Marley Bates to left field is going to move J.C. Tice around, and she's going to go ahead and take third as she's got to get down, and she's in there safe. Marley Bates advances to second base. After attempting 2 bunts there, swinging away on the third and puts it into left field. And now Greenbacks with runners in scoring positions at second and third base, Marley Bates and J.C. Tice respectively. Going to bring up Bailey Jackson, the shortstop for the Greenbacks. She's got some runners in position there. No outs on the board as she's looking to bring some of them home, and the Greenbacks get on the board for the first time tonight. And we saw Hesston in the same situation last inning with runners on base. Early in the inning, no outs, but Allie James able to come back and get the Greenbacks out of it. The question is, can Griffin do the same for the Hesston Swathers? As Bailey Jackson with a swinging first strike evens the count 1-1. And Bailey lays down a nice bunt there. No play at first, but JC caught a little bit in between, but she's going to get back to third safely. So the Greenbacks load up the bases on a great bunt by Bailey Jackson. JC Tice with a nice piece of base running there as she was able to keep Griffin, the pitcher, uncommitted as to what she wanted to do with that ball. So the base is loaded as Jenna Haas, the left fielder, comes to the plate and hopes to bring in some of these runners. Again, Marley Bates at second base, Bailey Jackson at first, and J.C. Tice at third base. And you can tell she is ready to get home and score. Strike one in there on Jenna Haas for the first pitch. Hesston in a bit of a jam here for the first time tonight. And outside for ball one to Jenna Haas. No outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. All tied up, either team yet to score, but the Greenbacks knocking on the door here with bases loaded and no outs. And that gets in there for strike two on Jenna Haas. And she's going to have to protect that plate now with 2 strikes on her. Coach Forsey would love to see something in the outfield. Anything, pop fly or on the ground, most likely is going to score J.C. Tice there. And a good job by Jenna. Fend things off there. One and two the count. Jenna Haas. And a swinging strike three for the first out of the inning as Jenna Haas goes down on a swinging third strike. Base is still loaded for the Greenbacks as they're trying to get something going here. Aniston Teasley at the plate, and she's had the best hit of the night so far for the Greenbacks as she put one deep into left field. Her last at bat, a stand-up triple. A hit like that right now would score 3 runs. Oh, and there it almost was. Boy, she turns on that ball good. That time a little too soon. Pulled the trigger just a bit early as she ropes it over the left field fence. Foul for a long strike two. Unfortunately, that's just a strike. So Aniston Teasley down 0-2 in the count here. And a ball wide for the first ball in this at bat for Aniston Teasley. And she showed it last at bat. She's got the power to put something deep out there in the outfield. And that is all the Greenbacks are asking for right now. High fly ball there. And that ball drops. Did it get touched? The umpire is saying no. And that ball had enough spin on it to just jump right back out of bounds. Had it gone off a glove, that ball would have been in play. Bit of an odd sequence there. So Aniston's going to get new life here at the plate as the count's 1-2, remains the same. And another pop fly, and Griffin, the pitcher, will take it for the second out of the inning.
Hughes at bat.
So Aniston Teasley goes down there on the infield pop fly. Center fielder number 24, Hope Hughes, will come to the plate. And Coach Forshee maybe wondering if an infield fly should have been called there. As he checks with the umpire on maybe he's letting him know of a substitution. Who do we have at the plate here, ladies? That does not look like Hope Hughes coming to the plate, so that might have been Mike Forshee just letting the umps know of a substitution as number 7 comes into bat here for what would be Hope Hughes. Addie Sowers is going to check in. And again, we saw it with the Hesston Swathers last inning, sending a substitute in there with bases loaded. And the Greenbacks are going to do the same thing here as Addie Sowers comes to the plate with the bases loaded. Ball outside as Sowers takes ball 1. And a swinging foul ball straight into the dirt. Evens things up at 1-1 for Addie Sowers as she's trying to get some production here for the Greenbacks. We've got everybody right where we want them. One more base hit's going to score at least 1 run here in this inning. Question is, who's going to provide it? Oh, in the JV game. Well, that is nice to hear, and that could be reason for the substitution, as I was just informed that Addie had a home run. And when you say home run, is that in the park, out of the park, over the fence? Well, something like that would be very welcome at this moment for the Greenbacks. As she fights off strike 2 there with a foul tip back against the fence. Now Addie Sowers down 1-2 in the count. Bases loaded for the Greenbacks. Just trying to get something going here. And that ball, I was about to say a bit outside for ball 2, but the home plate umpire, he gets the final call on that, and he called that one a strike. So Addie Sowers goes down looking for the 3rd out of the inning, and the Greenbacks leave 3 stranded, not able to score a run after loading the bases early in that inning. Saw the same thing from Hesston the inning before. Greenbacks not able to do it that inning. Let's see, this inning break, the Greenbacks have been doing some fun stuff on Facebook a little bit. They always do a player spotlight, so we're going to bring you some of those player spotlights there. We'll start with Bailey Jackson here. They usually feature a player each week, and they have some questions that they ask them. So Bailey here, she was asked, what superpower do you wish you had and why? As you can see her response, I wish I could teleport because then I wouldn't have to pay to travel anywhere, which I totally agree, Bailey. What is your favorite restaurant? Raising Cane's. I don't know that I've ever eaten Raising Cane's. Do you know where Raising Cane's is? Okay. I was expecting Legends would be the answer, but I suppose that can't be the answer for everything. Her next question, who would you say pushes you to be a better person and player? Her dad is the answer there. What is your favorite quote? Strive for progress, not perfection, by Bill Phillips. I like that. And finally, what is the top item on your bucket list? To travel the world. Well, if she could figure out how to teleport, she could do that a lot faster. So that's Bailey Jackson. We'll bring you a few more of those throughout the game. A fun way to kind of get to know some of these players and these kids throughout the season and throughout the year, as we sure see their face a lot. And boy, they keep them busy. All right, going to be top of the 5th inning here as the Greenbacks still tied up here 0-0 against the Hesston Swathers. To the plate for the Swathers. I didn't catch who that was coming up, Denise. Did you have a Gudeman? So the 9-hole here for the Swathers as their shortstop, Gudeman, takes strike 1 here in the top of the 5th inning here. Either team yet to score. Bit of a pitching duel. I'm curious how that baseball game across the way is going too, as Hesston has a pitcher. As that ball's laid down for a bunt and a nice play. Allie James helping herself out. Makes the play there at first base on the slow rolling bunt. As I was saying, there's a pitcher over there, Hesston. I don't have his name, who is supposed to be the real deal. So haven't got an update on that boys' score over there, but if we get one, we will make sure to let you know. As Hesston Swathers back to the top of their lineup here. The pitcher's number 16, Griffin, at the plate. As she comes to the plate with 1 out and a bit of a bouncing ball that catches Griffin in the leg. And she's going to advance to first on the hit by batter. So the second of those tonight we've seen from Allie James. Hesston able to get a base runner early in this inning. And as they try to advance the base runner there with the bunt, not able to do so as 26. Albin, first baseman, 26 at the plate there, takes ball one. She's able to pull that bunt attempt back in time to not get the strike. And this time the runner will go. The throw down by Marley Bates, just not in time. A bit off the mark. So Griffin advances to second on the stolen base. Now Hesston with a runner in scoring position as the count evens up 1-1 for Albin. And a swinging fly ball to left field. That wind, and Jenna Haas able to make the play. And Griffin went halfway, but got back in time there at second. Not able to double her up. Is a nice play by Jenna Haas out there for the second out of the inning. Again, any caught fly ball today is a thumbs up from your coach because they are not a sure thing on a day like today. So Griffin at second for the Swathers as the catcher Large comes to the plate with a runner in scoring position. Both teams have had opportunities today. Not able to get any runners in across home plate. And a swinging foul tip, strike one for Allie James. And that time a fastball outside, gets Large to chase it though for a long strike two as that one goes out of play. Griffin on second for the Swathers. And Allie James with an 0-2 count. A chopper foul down the left field line. And that count will remain 0-2 for the Greenbacks. See if Allie James can get herself out of this inning. She's done it so well so far today. And again, Large battling at the plate like we've seen a few Greenbacks do today. Making Allie James throw some pitches. And that time a long fly ball to right field. Out of play. Lexi Blasey not able to make a play on that ball as it just kept carrying further and further right. Good hustle by Lexi. I think if that ball was in play, she was at the line. She would have had a play on it, but blown foul. So the count remains 0-2. And inside, close to hitting her. That'll be the first ball of this at bat. So 2 outs, 2 strikes. Runner on second for the Greenbacks for Hesston. As the fly ball there to Gabby Gatlin at second base, able to make a nice play on that ball. And that'll be the third out of the inning as Hesston leaves one on. No damage done to Allie James and the Greenbacks as they get out of that inning and will head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Let's take a look at another one of those player spotlights this inning. That was a fun one there on Bailey Jackson last inning. So we're going to Marley Bates is the athlete this inning that we'll spotlight. Let's see her question here. Describe yourself in 3 words. Hardworking, kind, and competitive. Favorite restaurant? Chick-fil-A. I'm waiting. Favorite quote? You're killing me, Marley. Let the one who created you be the one that defines you. Fun fact others might not know about you. My name is from a combination of my parents' middle names. I did not know that. And the top item of Marley's bucket list is, again, similar to Bailey, visit all 50 states. So that is Marley Bates, senior. Wait, so what we know about the girls we've spotlighted so far, they don't like local restaurants and they just want to get out of town. That's what we found out. Huh. Yes, that could be, yeah. You see that a lot. Yep. All right, so for the Greenbacks coming up here in the bottom of the fifth, still scoreless. Lexi Blasey going to see if she can get the Greenbacks going. As last time, yeah, she was called out on that. Tried to do that kind of slap play, but got out of the box too early and was called out. So see if Lexi Blasey can get things going. And that time able to, a rope to the shortstop. Nice play, as there was not much reaction time to make a play on that ball, which is common in softball. Okay, we just got an update from Dave Swank on the baseball game going on across the way. 0-0 in the top of the fifth. So similar to what we're seeing here, sounds like a pitching duel going on at both diamonds today. And that time, Allie James able to get to first base and advance on the passed ball there. As again, that's the second errant throw we've seen from the Hesston shortstop. Goodman able to field the ball nice, and we just saw it the last play coming off of that nice line drive, but the two times she's gotten a ground ball come her way, not able to make the throw, and that time gets Allie James. Well, I better get the innings right here. I wasn't even right there. Okay. So Allie James able to advance to second there on the pass ball, and now Hesston going to have a word with his team, settle down a bit. So Gabby Gatlin to the plate here for the Greenbacks. One out, runner on second. And Gabby Gatlin with the slow roller up the middle, but with her speed, able to get there and safe on both ends. Allie James with a bit of heads-up base running, advances on the throw, and both of those tight calls there. But the officials both at both bases. Renner with the safe call at first on Gabby, and the home plate umpire making the safe call as Allie James slides into third. Yeah, they're both great throws. Is now the Greenbacks again with runners in scoring position on the corners there at first and third, brings J.C. Tice, the first baseman, up to bat for the Greenbacks. And a bit of a low off-speed pitch is going to be ball one as J.C. Tice takes that one. Now, do we see Gabby Gatlin go ahead and take second base with it being open and a runner on third? And J.C. Tice with a long fly ball into left field, but that's going to fall foul. Again, on a normal day, that ball stays in play, but with this wind today, it's just going to get pushed out of bounds. Yeah, you can see the flags still. Let's see if we can get a shot of them flags for anybody watching. It is still blowing hard from the north. It is not let up yet, so those balls that get in the air are tough to handle. J.C. Tice 1-1 on the count here for the Greenbacks. Fights off an outside pitch for a ball out of play, strike two. Low and away, and that time Gabby Gatlin taking second base. So runners at second and third base. 2-2 count here for J.C. Tice. See if she can produce the first runs of this ball game from either team. And that'll do it as a ball hard hit up the middle. J.C. Tice will get to first. In will come Allie James and Gabby Gatlin for the first runs. And as that was going on at home plate, J.C. Tice takes second base and is in there on a heads-up base running play by J.C. Tice. For the first time tonight, we've got points on the board as the Greenbacks take the lead 2-0 on a hard hit ball by J.C. Tice. And Marley Bates says, well, sometimes that hitting's just contagious. Sometimes it just takes one to get things going. And Marley Bates with the hard hit ball right between the pitcher's legs scores J.C. Tice from second base. And the Greenback dugout and the crowd, you can hear them get going now, as it has been a long game to this point, scoreless. Usually not the case for the Greenbacks. And now they lead 3-0 with one out here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Had some opportunities throughout this game, but this time the Greenbacks able to capitalize on it as Bailey Jackson will come to the plate. Marley Bates over there on first base. And the Greenbacks bats finally coming alive. And a strike one, first pitch on Bailey Jackson. As she looks to advance Marley Bates and keep adding to that Greenback score. Low pitch, Marley Bates will take second there on the off-speed pitch. Always much easier to steal on the off-speed pitch. And Marley in there safe. So another runner in scoring position here as Bailey Jackson stands at the plate with a 1-1 count. And that time a swinging strike two. And a high fly ball to the edge of the turf. A bit confusion there, and enough confusion between the second baseman and the center fielder as to who was going to take that ball. Second baseman there having to react late and decide to go for that ball. Crable there at second base. Wasn't sure if Kramer out there in center or herself were going to take that ball. Marley not able to advance there as that ball landed not too far from her feet, but Bailey Jackson able to put the ball in play, and that brings runners first and second as Jenna Haas tries to put down a bunt and move the runners along. That'll be strike one on Jenna Haas as she comes to the plate here. One out in the bottom of the fifth inning. Greenbacks lead it 3-0 after a scoreless game coming into this inning from both sides. Greenbacks get their bats going this inning. And the bunt attempt by Jenna Haas, and this time is successful out at first base, but you plan on that when you lay down a bunt with runners on first and second. That's why they call it a sacrifice. It is not your job to get to first base safely. You just move those runners around. And a good job by Jenna Haas there. So the runners advance to second and third base.
Teasley at bat.
And that brings up Aniston Teasley to the plate, who we have seen put the bat on the ball tonight. And there she does it as Aniston ropes one right up the middle. Going to score both runners as Bailey Jackson and Marley Bates come across home plate for the Greenbacks. And as you can see, Aniston, I don't know what's their sign that they do. They hold up, I don't know what that is, but so the Greenbacks take a 5-0 lead as the bats come alive this inning.
On deck, James in the hole.
And Hope Hughes now back in, as we saw Addie Sowers at this position last inning. She came in with bases loaded, and Hope Hughes back in the game as she takes two early strikes to go behind 0-2 in the count here. Trying to move Aniston Teasley around at first base and keep this momentum going for the Greenbacks. And the pass ball is going to advance Aniston Teasley to second base. Apologize for the graphic there. I had runners on second and third. I got it right now. We got a lot of things going here. And again, a pass ball is going to move Teasley from second to third base safely. So a couple wild pitches there. Move Aniston from first to third, and now Hope Hughes with the runner in scoring position with the 2-2 count. And that ball in the dirt for ball 3, so the count goes full. Ran right back up the middle to the pitcher, the one hopper, as she's able to take it to first and get out of the inning, but not before the Greenbacks could come alive and put up 5 runs that time. A great inning for the Greenbacks now as they go from what was a scoreless game to taking the lead 5-0 in the bottom of the 5th as they head in to the top of the 6th inning. You're listening to Greenback Sports on Eastus Media.
You're listening to Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media.
Walters, Baker on deck, Echo home.
All right, welcome back here to Green Sports Complex at Pinkel Field as the Greenbacks, after coming off a hot inning there in the bottom of the 5th, put up 5 runs and now lead the Hesston Swathers 5-0 as Walters comes to the plate for the Hesston Swathers, playing third base for them today as she pops one up. Should be a play for J.C. Tice at first base there, and she reads the wind nicely and makes the play for the first out of the inning for the Greenbacks. Again, I've said it a couple times today, but boy, a ball that hangs up in the air is not a sure thing. The higher they get, the less certain they get. So a good job there by J.C. Tice. Stay with that ball and move with it as it was moving in the air to collect the first out of the inning for the Greenbacks. So that will bring Kramer to the plate for the Swathers as she puts one on the ground to Jackson at shortstop, but a routine play there. And Bailey Jackson to J.C. Tice for the 6-3 out there. Nice play by both girls. 2 quick outs early on in this inning as that momentum on the offensive side of things is transitioned to the defensive side of things. Allie James with the fastball inside. That time Eckler not quite ready for it as she was way behind on that one and swinging strike 1. Allie James with 8 strikeouts through these 5 innings. And the bouncer to J.C. Tice as she'll just wait for the runner to come to her, put the tag on. And that is a quick 3 up, 3 down for the Greenbacks. Maybe the quickest inning we've seen to this point as they make quick work of that and take care of that 5-0 lead. I think we're going to feed. Let's check out another one of these player spotlights here. Oh, this time, all right, we got Delaney Griffiths. So, Delaney was asked, what is the fun fact that we might not know about you? I did not know this either. She said, I have 10 nieces and nephews. Who is your favorite athlete? Patrick Mahomes. Can't go wrong with that. Yep. What is your favorite quote? It doesn't get easier, you just get stronger. I like that. Who would you say pushes you to be a better person and player? Summer Uni. Shout out to head coach, volleyball coach Summer Uni. And what is your favorite restaurant? Olive Garden. These girls. I know, another out-of-town restaurant. They're killing me here. Man. All right, so coming to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Greenbacks will be the right fielder, Lexi Walker. "13 for 9, I believe is what he said. On the Hesston side, if I caught that right. Would that make sense? I see a 9. Oh, so 13 in for 9. Okay, so Hamilton in for Crable there at second base. Got that. Okay, so on the Hesston side of things on the defense there, number 13 Hamilton is going to replace Crable at second base as they make a change up on the defensive side of things, and Lexi Blasey takes ball 1 there to even things out, 1-1, as we're in the bottom of the 6th inning here. Greenbacks leading 5-0 after coming off a big 5th inning for the Greenbacks where they put up all 5 of their runs as the bats really came alive. 2-1 the count here for Lexi Blasey. As she takes another pitch there, 3-1, favorable count for a hitter. And a high ball left side, and that's going to land not out of play, but about as close as you could get to it without it going out of play. Probably hit the side of the fence or the corner there. No play for the left fielder. So Lexi Blasey, full count now at the plate here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Greenbacks lead at 5-0 here at Pinkel Field, as she puts one right between third and shortstop, just enough in the gap where no play can be made there. Lexi Blasey reaches first base as the leadoff batter for the Greenbacks. The Greenbacks back to the top of their lineup as pitcher Allie James will come to the plate. And she shows bunt. Doesn't lay it down, but Lexi Blasey doing a good job of base running there. Takes second base. And that pitch was a ball, so 1-0 count here for Allie James. And a swinging strike 2 there. Strike 1, excuse me. So no outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Greenbacks with a runner on second base. Allie James at the plate. She shows bunt. Fouls back behind her, though. And that'll bring the count to 1-2, which will most likely take bunting out of the option. So now Allie's going to be in a swinging situation here. See if she can move Lexi around, get on base safely. And that time, swinging hard hit ball into right center field, and a tough play, and no play on the ball is going to be made. And she gets to second base safely. So Allie James with the long fly ball into right center fielder. Close enough, though, Lexi Blasey had to stay to see if that ball was going to be caught. She couldn't get a good jump on the ball and really get from second to home on that. But that's going to put runners at second and third base for Gabby Gatlin. No outs here for the Greenbacks. And a swinging foul ball there by Gabby. As the Greenbacks trying to add on to this 5-0 lead over the Hesston Swathers. It looks like that sun's trying to creep out there, which would be a welcome sight for anybody not sitting in the press box. And Gabby, a ball right up the middle there. Lexi Blasey, though, with a good job of base running, able to score on that. So Gabby with the sac single moves the runners from second to third. Lexi Blasey scores. Allie James to third base, and the Greenbacks now lead 6-0 here in the bottom of the sixth inning.
On deck, Jackson in the hole, 1 out.
And that will bring J.C. Tice to the plate. A bit of an off-speed pitch there, low for ball one. Trying to bring in Allie James over there on third base. And that might do it. It's a slow roller, but the play at first is going to give Allie enough time. And another sacrifice there by a Greenback hitter as Allie James comes home to score and stretches that lead to 7-0 for the Greenbacks. Clears the bases, and Marley Bates will be at the plate for the Greenbacks with 2 outs. Just down the line there as Marley hits that ball, gets on top of it a bit. Kind of a hard chopper down the third base line. So strike one on Marley Bates as she'll see what she can do here at the plate for the Greenbacks. Good outside pitch there just on the edge of the plate. Strike two for Griffin there, still pitching for Hesston. Oh, 0-2 the count here on Marley Bates. And a foul tip to stay alive. And a hard hit ball right to the shortstop. Goodman makes the play for the third out of the inning for the Hesston Swathers, but the Greenbacks able to score 2 that inning as they add on to that 5-0 lead and stretch it to 7-0 as they'll head into the top of the 7th inning against the Hesston Swathers here at Pinkel Field. See if they can close things out. We'll be back in a few.
You're listening to Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media.
All right, welcome back here to Pinkel Field at Green Sports Complex as the Greenbacks head into this top of the 7th inning with a 7-0 lead. Coming on late, putting all those runs up in the 5th and 6th inning for the Greenbacks. It was scoreless heading into the 5th inning, and the Greenback bats finally come alive. If they can hold them this inning, that will be the ball game. As Kramer lays down the bunt there, and a nice play by Aniston Teasley and J.C. Tice there at first base for the first out of the inning.
Hamilton at bat, Goodman on deck, Griffin in the hole.
So that'll bring up number 13, Hamilton. If you're the Hesston Swathers, now is the time you've got to get something going if you want to keep this game going. But Allie James not slowing down on the mound for the Greenbacks as that first pitch in there for strike one. And a hard foul ball back in the fence. Brings strike 2. Once again, Allie James ahead in the count, 0-2 here. See if she can get her to chase on something. And she does, a fastball away. 3 straight pitches, 3 strikes for Allie James. And that is her 9th strikeout of this game.
Gudeman at bat, Griffin on deck, Albin in the hole.
So the Greenbacks 1 out away from wrapping this up. And moving on to game 2, advancing to 14-1 on the season. That'll bring up the shortstop, Gudeman. And that's in there for strike 1. You know what you see a lot more in softball than you do baseball? Smiles and laughter. It's amazing. As that ball's fouled off for strike 2. Again, James ahead in the count here. 0-2 on Gudeman as she looks to close this out. 1 pitch away from the Greenbacks wrapping up this opener against Hesston on this bit cool and breezy day of a Friday. And that one low for ball 1. And that'll do it. Strike 3 for Allie James. And the Greenbacks
That's the ball game. Greenbacks wins.
take the first game against the Hesston Swathers here at Pinkel Field, 7-0. As we'll take a break and get ready for game 2. Appreciate everybody watching. How long a break do they usually take up here, Denise? 20 minutes or so? So we'll keep it live here just so we don't have to start things up again. But if you tuned in for game 1, we sure appreciate it. We are watching the YouTube channel, so if you got any questions or comments, drop them in there. We'll see if we can respond to them. But the Greenbacks will be coming up here in about 20 minutes. We'll say, about 5:50 is what it may look like to get a start time for that second game. We'll keep you updated as that gets a little bit closer. But again, the Greenbacks come away with a 7-0 win here in game 1 off the 10 strikeouts of Allie James. That'll do it here for game 1, Eastus Media at Green Sports Complex. Thanks for tuning in.
You're listening to Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media. You're listening to Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media.
All right, we're back here at Green Sports Complex at Pinkel Field for Game 2 of the Pratt High Lady Greenbacks softball versus the Hesston Swathers as the Greenbacks took Game 1 7-0. And we got update on the boys' side of things. Sorry there, Dave. Boys baseball team drop a close one to the Hesston boys 2-1 as they had bases loaded, down 0-2 in that bottom of the 7th inning. Only able to get one runner in, so they pick up a loss this season and move to 9-4 in the season as they get set for Game 2 probably here in about 20 minutes. They just wrapped up over there. So here for the Greenbacks, Gabby Gatlin on the mound for the Pratt High Greenbacks. She comes into today with a 6-0 record, a 2.49 ERA for the season, and that shifts things around a little bit for the Greenback defense as Allie James moves over to shortstop. Bailey Jackson to third base. Anderson Teasley comes to second base. And the rest of things stay pretty similar. Gabby behind 3-0 in this count. As Griffin pitching again this game for the Hesston Swathers. Picks up her first strike there. So 3-1 here, top of the first as we get things going here on Eastis Media for Greenback Sports. We appreciate everybody tuning in. If you watched the first game, appreciate that. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, leave us a comment. Ask some questions if you got them. Subscribe to the channel if you want to. And then you'll get notified each time we go live with Greenback Sports. And a high ball 4 as Gabby Gatlin is going to walk Griffin for the first batter of the game, and Hesston Swathers will open this game up with a runner on first. As Albin, the first baseman, comes to the plate for the Swathers. Bit high and outside, and Griffin will attempt the steal at second, and she will be safe there. So a good start here if you're a Swather fan, as you've got a runner on second base, no outs, and are in the top of your lineup. Gabby Gatlin trying to get settled down here on the mound. Bit high and outside for ball 2. As Albin will come to the plate with a 2-0 count. And that pitch in there for ball 3. Looked like a good pitch from up here, but like I said before, that home plate umpire has the final. He has the final say. And I am not going to question Tim Renner. That one in there for a strike as Gabby gets it on the outside corner to move the count 3-1. Griffin still on second base for the Lady Swathers. And as Albin thought that was called ball 4, she headed to first, but Renner said not so fast, and she's going to be back in the box with a full count here. And that one will move her down to first, is high and outside for Gatlin. Albin draws the walk. So two walks to start this inning off for Gabby Gatlin. As the catcher, Large, comes to the plate for the Hesston Swathers. That one a chopper down the third base line, out of play though, as Bailey Jackson chases it down. Strike 1 on Large. The runner's moving on contact there as that ball hit the ground. So a good chance for a double play ball here. Much tougher in softball as the bases are closer, and a foul tip there. Thought that was a swing and a miss, but the foul tip's going to prevent any runners from advancing there. That ball hit the turf and dribbled out a little bit on Marley. So an 0-2 count here for Gabby Gatlin with runners on first and second base for the Swathers. And that's a deep fly ball to center field. And Hope Hughes gets under it, able to make up and adjust for the wind. So a long out for the Hesston Swathers. Good play by Hope Hughes out there in center field. No runners able to advance on that. So 1 out as Walters, the third baseman, come to the plate for the Swathers. Again, high and outside. Ball 1. Griffin on second base there. Ready to run if she gets the pitch that she's able to do it on. She's aggressive over there. Takes a big lead and a real good jump once that ball is released. That pitch in there for a strike moves the count to 2-1 for the Greenbacks. As Gabby Gatlin looks to get her second out of this inning. Take the pressure off a little bit. And swinging a foul ball back against the fence. Going to move the count to 2-2. And a slow dribbler. Gabby's going to look at third, but not in time. And J.C. Tice not able to make the play. But they get the tag as Griffin tried to score on that play. And a bit of confusion on the base running there for the Swathers. And it looks like some confusion all around. The Greenbacks are going to head to the dugout as they just picked up 2 outs on the base path. And now the confusion heads to the umpires and the Swathers head coach. Unfortunately, I didn't see what all happened there, but the final ruling is going to be 2 outs there on the base running there. So Hesston not happy with the way they came out of that inning. You have runners on in scoring position and then some base running errors to close out that inning. Good heads-up play by J.C. Tice at first base to get that ball back to Marley and not lose track of the play. And then somehow another runner comes in. I didn't see the other runner coming in, but 2 outs there by Marley Bates at home plate. You don't see that very often. So Greenbacks escaped the top of the first there with no runs scored. We're going to head into the bottom of the first after the break.
You're listening to Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media.
All right, welcome back here to Pinkel Field at Green Sports Complex as the Greenbacks look to get things going here in the bottom of the first. Allie James with a hard ground ball to third base, but she's going to be thrown out there by Walters. A good play by Walters to get that off the quick hop and make the throw. So a quick one retired for Griffin, again on the mound for the Swathers in Game 2 through Game 1 also. And that is something you'll see in softball, so I'm told. So Gabby Gatlin to the plate for the Greenbacks. As the pitcher, you always want to try to help yourself out at the plate. If you can produce some runs or score some runs when you're the one on the mound. And Gabby, a slow dribbler to first base, but a great play by the shortstop and first baseman there. That's going to be Albin at first base.
Bates on deck. Jackson in the hole. 2 outs.
Really able to stretch and make that play. Who's at shortstop there for? I must not have that. Kramer or Walters? I didn't see who. And a hard hit by J.C. Tice deep into left center field. She's going to round second base with a stand-up double. as she gets things going here for the Greenbacks in the bottom of the first inning. One hopper to the fence for J.C. Tice, and that's how you start things out. Walters is the shortstop there for. Okay. Yeah, I had 2 third basemen after going back and looking at it. All right, so Greenbacks, good start to this inning. J.C. Tice with that rope and a hard hit ball. And J.C. Tice is going to try to come home and score on that, but a great throw. Boy, and again, how odd is it that you see 2 halves of the inning both end on outs at home plate as J.C. Tice trying to score from second on that. I like her aggressive base running there. That's a 50-50 ball, and that time it just went in favor of the Swathers. So Greenbacks, like the Swathers last inning, not able to produce anything with those runners on base. And we'll head into the top of the second inning. Score tied 0-0. Let's take a look at another player spotlight here. All right, this inning we're going to take a look at Aniston Teasley. 3 words to describe you: sarcastic, creative, and humorous. What is one goal you have for the 2023 softball season? She said to execute my pitches, hit my spots consistently, and have more confidence in my changeup. Who would you say pushes you to be a better person and player? My teammates. They help me preserve when things aren't going as planned. What are your hobbies? Golfing, playing softball, and making ceramics. And her favorite restaurant? Any Mexican restaurant. First concert she attended, Kay Wetzel. I think I said that right. Well, that's Aniston Teasley.
Top of the second inning at bat.
All right, and we're here at the
Kay
top of the
Kramer
second
and
inning.
on deck, M. Kramer in the
As the Swathers will come to the plate here. Score still tied 0-0. No runs in that first inning by either team. And the center fielder Kramer will start things off for the Hesston Swathers. And that pitch will be in there for strike 1 for Gabby Gatlin. And Gabby Gatlin 6-0 on the season. 7 starts, 1 no decision. And a good ball hit to James at shortstop. A bit of a bobble there, not able to make the play. And Kramer going to reach base safely for the start of this second inning for the Swathers.
After at bat, M. Kramer on deck, Miller in the hole.
As she squares up to show bunt. Strike 1 for Gabby Gatlin. A runner getting a good lead there. Assuming that bunt's going to get laid down and advance to second base. Has to go back, though, as that bunt is not pulled off successfully. Again, showing bunt. Marley coming up hot, ready to make that throw if that lead gets too big over there on first base. But a 0-2 count here for Gabby Gatlin to start this at-bat. Foul ball back to the fence for Elker. Count's going to stand at 0-2. Runner on first base, still scoreless here at Pinkel Field. And the off-speed pitch is going to get her for out number 1. But Kramer able to advance to second base as she got a good jump on that ball.
M. Kramer at bat, Miller on deck, Hamilton in the hole.
So runner on second base for the Swathers. Kramer, the third baseman, comes to the plate. 1 out for the Greenbacks. Off-speed pitch there, catches the outside corner for strike 1. And a pop fly out of play as it comes back and rolls over the roof. Ball one a bit high in the zone. Tough pitch to let go by with an 0-2 count there. But Kramer not biting on it. That one, a hard ball hit to James at shortstop. A bit of a wide throw. And the tag by J.C. Tice. Ball comes out of her glove. So the runner is going to be safe at first as Kramer comes around and scores from second base. A bit of an error there. Good throw. The throw brought Tice off the bag a little bit and then tried to get the tag back on Kramer. And just that contact caused the ball to come out of the glove. So runner safe at first. Run scores. And the Swathers will take an early lead here, 1-0 in the top of the second against the Greenbacks. Slow roller up the first base line. Gabby Gatlin there able to make the play at first. Runner advances to second base. No play to be made there. So a bit of a sacrifice at bat there. Runner moves to second. Greenbacks get their second out of the inning. See if they can get out of this inning. Only allowing one run. Keep that runner stranded. High ball one for Gabby Gatlin. As that's Hamilton at the plate for the Swathers. She's playing second base today. And that one in there for a strike. The count goes to 1-1. Greenbacks trying to keep that runner from scoring and get out of this inning. Inside pitch, but enough to catch the corner for a called strike two. 1-2 the count. And a ball up to Aniston Teasley at second. Routine play. Third out of the inning for the Greenbacks, and they get out of it allowing one run. Hesston leaves one runner on second base stranded, and we'll head into the bottom of the second. Greenbacks trailing 1-0. All right, we're back here for the bottom of the second inning here at Pinkel Field at Green Sports Complex as the Greenbacks trail the Hesston Swathers 1-0. Hesston picking up a run in that last inning, leaving one runner on base. Bailey Jackson at the plate for the Greenbacks as she tries to get things going here. Starts the count 2-0. And that one fouled back for strike one. Oh, let's see. There we go. If you're watching there, the old Austin McNorton watching. Thanks, Austin. Go Greenbacks. Thanks for the comment, buddy. Miss you. That game last time was fun to do. 2-1 count here on Bailey Jackson as she fouls one back out of play. Going to even things up 2-2 as the Greenbacks try to get their leadoff runner on base to start this inning off. And that one, a line drive just over the shortstop. Bailey Jackson with a hard hit ball turns first and takes a look at second base, but it's going to hold there for a stand-up single. I guess that's about the only kind. Not too often you see a sliding single, so a bit redundant there, but Bailey Jackson, a hard hit line drive to get things going for the Greenbacks. That will bring up Aniston Teasley, moved over to second base this game. And Bailey with the second base stolen as she gets in there under the tag. Good throw there from the Hesston Swather catcher there, as that was large behind the plate. But Bailey able to get there under the tag. And a rope by Aniston should bring Jackson around to score, and it does. So the Greenbacks on the board from a line drive left field by Aniston Teasley, and that's the second time we've seen her do that today.
Coleman at bat, Hughes on deck, Blazy in the hole.
Now the Greenback bats coming alive. That's going to bring up Sage Coleman to the plate for the Greenbacks. Didn't see a plate appearance for her in the first game. As she tries to lay down the bunt. Going to get another attempt at it here, I'd assume, with only one strike on her. Bunt those first two strikes, see if you can advance that runner. If not, third strike, you're swinging away. And she's swinging away there on strike two. So Teasley on first base after that line drive single scores Jackson. And the Greenbacks even things up 1-1. And a fly ball, shallow left field, but that's going to be foul and out of play. Oh, 0-2 the count on Coleman. Teasley at first base. Pitch outside for ball one. Teasley's going to be looking to run on contact here. Anything on the ground, she's got to be moving. And a line drive foul to the left field side, right in the fence of the dugout. Coleman fighting off another strike there. 1-2 the count. And that ball hit up the middle of the second base. Double play opportunity, but not able to pull it off there. Fielded a bit on the bobble, and her foot slipped a bit on the bag there, but good play there by Hesston. Second baseman Hamilton, she's able to get the lead runner for the Greenbacks, and Coleman will advance to first base while Teasley's out on the base paths there for out number one for the Greenbacks. Hope Hughes at the plate, showing bunt there. Pulls that back for ball one, I believe. And showing bunt again, but that ball's not going to get out of the batter's box, and it's going to be a foul ball. Just needed a little bit more on that ball to get it moving. So 1-1 the count with Hope Hughes. Coleman on first base. Greenbacks tied up here 1-1 in the bottom of the second inning. Low ball, going to get by the catcher. Coleman's going to take second base easily. And Hope Hughes now with the runner in scoring position. Looking at a 2-1 count here. Pitch outside. It's going to bring the count to 3-1. You've got Lexi Blasey on deck, ready to go. And a pop fly by Hope Hughes there. Play will be made there. Caught out in right field by Elker. So Hope Hughes the second out of the inning.
James on deck, Gatlin in the hole, 2 outs.
On the short fly ball there, just enough to get out of the infield, but thought it might be in that in-between territory that is a bit confusing between that second baseman, right fielder. We saw it in the last game, but that ball got just deep enough for Elker to come in and make the play. So that'll bring Lexi Blasey to the plate for the Greenbacks. And she shows bunt. First pitch, called strike one as Coleman remains at second base looking for someone to bring her around. Oh, down the left field line, well hit, but about a foot outside the base path there. If that had got down, that would have been a ball that Coleman could have scored on from second base. Oh, 2 the count here on Lexi Blasey. Runner at second base for the Greenbacks. Tied 1-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. And that pitch low for ball one. And again, Lexi's got to be careful not to step out of that batter's box if she's going to make contact with that ball. And a called strike 3 for Lexi Blasey. That will end the inning for the Greenbacks. They do put 1 on the board, leave 1 stranded. Hesston Swathers will be due up here in the top of the third as things are tied up. 1-1. We'll be back here on Eastus Media.
You're listening to Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media.
Welcome back here to Pinkel Field at Green Sports Complex, where the Greenbacks and the Hesston Swathers are in game 2 of their doubleheader, tied 1-1 here in the top of the third as the pitcher, number 16, Griffin, leads things off for the Swathers. Drew a walker last time at bat. That time ropes one into left field and is going to get under the glove of Jenna Haas. Going to be able to turn that into at least a double, and she does, as she's able to easily get in there for a stand-up double. So on base both times so far this game for Griffin, as she's able to reach on a well-hit ball into left field. Gatlin so far in this game, both innings now, has had to work through it with runners on base. We'll see how she does with Griffin on second and Albin at the plate for the Swathers. 1-0 the count. And again, high ball 2. That one fouled back out of play for strike 1. Low and in the dirt, and the runner Griffin is going to advance to third on the pass ball. Kind of a bad hop there, or just not one that Marley was expecting there. Got by her glove, wasn't able to get her body out in front of it. Just tried to get it off the one hop with the glove, and Griffin able to advance to third base. And on the passed ball, Griffin's going to attempt to come home, and she does so safely. So 2 pass balls there is going to move Griffin from second to third and then third to home. And that last pass ball was also ball 4 for Albin, so she'll move down to first base on the walk by Gabby Gatlin.
Walters on deck.
No out still in this second inning for the Greenbacks. Hesston tacking on another run there to move things to 2-1. And a well-hit ball to Bailey Jackson at third. And again, another throw off the mark. And J.C. Tice has to come off the bag to go for it. And still gets by her there. So runner advances to second. Albin moves from second to third.
Walters at bat.
And the Greenbacks, and again they're having trouble even getting that might have been a player or a coach throwing it back. But the Greenbacks need to settle things down a little bit here. Looks like they're going to talk about it at the mound. As a couple errors there have advanced the runners and scored one for the Swathers. So not what you want to see if you're the Greenbacks. Unforced errors. And so they're going to break from that huddle and see if they can get out of this jam with only allowing 1 run this inning. As that will bring up Walters to the plate, shortstop for the Swathers. As Gabby tries to settle down here and get some outs for this Greenback team that needs one desperately in this inning. First pitch, ball 1. That pitch in there for a swing and a foul ball, strike 1. So runners at second and third base for the Swathers. No outs. And outside ball 2. That one, a short one to Aniston Teasley at second, able to make the play, but a run will score for the Swathers. As the runners advance from second, third base runner scores. And now we've got a runner on third. 1 out for the Greenbacks. Trying to see who's at the plate there. Kramer? Kramer. So it's Kramer at the plate there. A bit of confusion there on what to do. Nobody at third with both Bailey Jackson and Gabby coming in for that ball. Kind of had the runner frozen there, but nobody on third to throw the ball to. So I believe that was Albin able to get back to, Large, I'm sorry. Large for Hesston, able to get back to the base in time. No out recorded there on the fielder's choice. And after the umpires conferring a little bit, are going to stick with that original call. So Eckler to the plate, right fielder for the Swathers. She's got runners on the corner, 1 out, leading 3-1 here in the top of the third inning against the Pratt High Greenbacks. And Marley going to make the throw down to second, which is going to give Large plenty of time to score from third. A lot of times you don't see that throw made with the runner on third there, but again, I'm referencing baseball, so that might be a little different with the bases closer in softball. But that throw down to second, able to give Large enough time from third to get home and score. Brings it 4-1 for the Hesston Swathers here. 1 out in the top of the third inning. Yeah, it might have been a miscommunication there on, usually the coach kind of gives you a signal of what he wants you to do on that, whether a fake or a throw to third or throw back to the pitcher. And sometimes you just get caught up in the moment and you see a runner going, you throw down to second. So Elker at the plate for the Swathers. 1-2 the count. See if Gabby can get herself out of this inning. That pitch a bit outside for ball 2. And a called third strike as Gabby retires her first batter of the inning for out number 2.
M. Kramer at bat, Miller on deck. Hamilton
That will
in
bring up the
hole.
third
2 out.
baseman, Kramer, with a runner on second base. Bit inside, off the handle there, foul ball. Going to go for strike 1. Greenback's given up 3 runs this inning so far. Runner on second base would like to get out of this inning without any more runs scoring. And another good pitch there by Gabby Gatlin right down the middle. 0-2 the count on Kramer. And a swinging foul tip, but caught by Marley Bates for strike 3 of the inning. So the Swathers will leave one stranded on second base, but able to score 3 runs that inning. And the Greenbacks trail 4-1 heading into the bottom of the third inning here on Eastus Media. Let's take a look here at Miss J.C. Tice. Going to spotlight her this middle of the inning here.
Bottom of the
Who
third
was
inning,
the
at bat
first
for the
concert
Greenbacks,
you attended?
James
And J.C.
Gatlin on
replied,
deck,
Nick
Tyson
Jonas
in
and
hole.
Demi Lovato. One thing you, let's see, that one's hard. One thing you can't live without, nerd clusters. Interesting. What are your hobbies? Fishing, basketball, softball, and volleyball. Fun fact about you, I'm missing a pinky finger. I knew that about JC. That's a funny fact. Yeah. Favorite restaurant? Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm going to have a talk with her too. I've got my list I'm keeping up here. So some fun facts there about JC Tice. Shine the spotlight on her that half of the inning. We'll have some more of those coming up as we head into the bottom of the third inning here for the Greenbacks. Hesston leading this ball game 4-1 at this point. Looks like Aniston Teasley will come to the plate for the Greenbacks. Check that, Allie James. I'm sorry, I read that number wrong on her jersey there. So Allie James, top of the lineup for the Greenbacks. See if they can get things going, get those runs back that they gave up as they trail this ball game 4-1 here in the bottom of the third inning here at Pinkel Field. First pitch fouled off, out of play, strike 1. And that ball off the end of the bat, right back to the pitcher. Tough throw, but able to make a play there at first base is Albin. Allie James, first out of the inning.
At bat, Tice on deck.
Well,
Bates in
other
the
than
hole,
Aniston
1 out.
Teasley, haven't seen a whole lot of hard balls hit this game from the Greenbacks. Just a lot of dribblers and things going right off the end of the bat. See if Gabby Gatlin can get something going on her side of things as she comes to the plate here for the Greenbacks. First pitch low and inside for ball 1. And that'll be a fly ball to the second baseman. Should be able to make a play on it, but boy, makes it look a little tougher than it probably needed to be. As Gabby Gatlin, short fly ball to the second baseman is going to be the second out of the inning for the Greenbacks. And that will bring up J.C. Tice, who we just spotlighted. See if she can get something going here for the Greenbacks. Get some runners on base and get those bats to come alive. And caught the outside corner for strike 1. 0-1 the count here for J.C. Tice. Bottom of the third inning. Greenbacks trailing 4-1. And that one swung on, fouled out of play down the left field line. Oh, 0-2 the count for J.C. Tice. And that one right back up the middle to the pitcher as she's going to be able to just run that over for the underhand throw to first base. So 3 quick ones up, 3 down for the Greenbacks as they're not able to get any runners on base or put any points on the board in that bottom half of the inning. As we go to the top of the 4th, we'll take a look at another one of these player spotlights here. Those are fun to do. So let's see. Who do we got right here? We got to look at one of the managers here. Cammie Hayden. Am I saying Haddon or Hayden? Am I saying that right? Cammie Haddon or Hayden? Hayden. Okay, Cammie Hayden, who does a job that can't be appreciated enough, is the manager for all these teams. Those kids do a lot more work than you would think they would, and boy, they need them. So, what is the top item on your bucket list? I would love to travel to Germany. What is your favorite part of softball? She just loves the team. What is your favorite quote? It's never too late to be what you might have been. George Eliot. Who would you say pushes you to be a better person and player? My parents and peers. That is Cammie Hayden. I'm glad they do those. Those are fun to see. Haddon, Hayden. I apologize if I got it wrong. All right, so the Greenbacks going to be coming into this top of the 4th inning, trying to hold the Swathers from putting any more points up. They had the last 2 innings, 1 run in the 2nd, 3 runs in the 3rd inning. Get them on top 4-1 against the Greenbacks here. As Bailey Jackson comes in to pitch, Gabby Gatlin looks like she'll move over to second base. Aniston Teasley to third base. And Allie James to shortstop. So a little bit of change up here for the Greenbacks. And Bailey Jackson, first pitch in there for a strike. Strike 2. So a good start here for Bailey Jackson coming in here in the top of the 4th. Replaced Gabby Gatlin on the mound. Yes! And a quick 3 pitches. And that's all it takes to retire the first batter for the Hesston Swathers. 1 out for the Greenbacks here. Good start in the top of the 4th.
1 out.
As the second baseman Hamilton comes to the plate for the Hesston Swathers. And again, a first pitch strike there by Bailey Jackson. Starts off ahead in this count. Fouled off, strike 2. So Bailey Jackson, top of the 4th, comes into pitch, 5 pitches, 5 strikes. That one chopped down the left field line. Aniston Teasley taken out of play, though. Foul ball. She's going to have to come back and try that again. Nice play by Aniston. And a swinging strike 3 for Bailey Jackson as she retires Hamilton for the 2nd out of the inning for the Greenbacks. So strong start as Bailey Jackson comes in and records 2 quick outs for the Greenbacks. Back to the top of the lineup for the Swathers as Griffin comes to the plate. That one a bit high in there for ball 1. Griffin on base each time she's been to the plate so far tonight. And that one in the dirt. Past Marley Bates for ball 2. And that pitch in for strike 1. Count moves to 2-1 for Bailey Jackson as Griffin looks to keep her streak of getting on base this game alive. Just a bit outside there. Misses the corner, moves the count to 3-1. That one, a hard hit grounder to J.C. Tice at first base, but able to make the play, step on the bag, and out number 3 for the Greenbacks in a quick top half of the inning. No runners reach base, no runs scored. The Greenbacks will head into the bottom of the 4th, trailing 1-4 here at Pinkel Field. We'll be back.
Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media.
All right, welcome back here to Greenback Softball on Eastus Media. We're here at Pinkel Field today at the Green Sports Complex as the Greenbacks trail 4-1 here in the bottom of the fourth inning against the Hesston Swathers. Marley Bates at the plate. A hard ball down the right field line, but just out of play. And she's down 0-2 in the count early here to start things off. Sun's starting to come out, but the flags, boy, they are still blowing. I don't think it's let up any. Now the center field flags moving with it. In that first game, it was odd. The flag poles along the baselines were blowing, but the center field flag was somehow laying flat. Not the case right now. Now you've got wind in about every direction here, as you can see it there. That center field flag is moving, and so are the balls when they get in the air. 1-2 the count here on Marley as she swings at a drop third strike, but able to make the tag. And she'll record the first out for the Greenbacks here. As Bailey Jackson, who just came into pitch last inning, will come to the plate for the Greenbacks. Bailey with a fly ball. Shortstop's going to be able to make a play on that, and she does. As Walters out there at short for the Swathers, able to get underneath that ball and avoid the wind for the second out of the inning. So Aniston Teasley, been one of the better batters tonight for the Greenbacks, able to really put the ball in play. And again, she does there. Right back to the pitcher, though. And just when I thought I'd seen one of the quicker innings previously, that one might top them all, as the Greenbacks on, I believe, 5 pitches are out of that inning with no stats to show for it. No runners advanced, no runners on base, no runs scored. They will trail 4-1 here as we head to the top of the 5th inning here on Eastus Media.
Top of the 5th inning at bat for Hesston, Aldous.
You're listening to Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media.
Welcome back here to Pinkel Field here at Green Sports Complex. I'm Cody Eastus with Eastus Media as the Greenbacks here in the top of the 5th inning trail the Hesston Swathers 4-1. First baseman number 26, Albin, at the plate for the Swathers. First pitch in there for a strike one as that one misses the mark. Moves the count to 1-1. Bailey Jackson now on the mound for the Greenbacks after a quick last inning for her. That one hit back slow up the middle, but Gabby Gatlin able to make the play. And J.C. Tice with the stretch to record the first out for the Greenbacks.
Large at bat, Walters on deck, Kay Kramer in the hole.
That'll bring number 20, the catcher for Hesston, to the plate. Large. And a slow off-speed pitch. Able to make contact, though. Let's see, I thought Allie James was going to have a play on it there. Had to come over right behind second base to make a play on it, and not able to close it in as that ball goes off her glove a bit.
Walters at bat, Kay Kramer
Hits the
on
ground,
deck, Ecker in
and
the
Large
hole. One out.
reaches first base safely. So Hesston with the runner on base this inning. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Walters, as the first pitch in there for a strike. Inside for ball two. Ball one. And that one on the outside corner, swinging the strike two. And the runner goes. Oh, and she's going to be in there under the tag. Safe at second base is Large. Good throw there by Marley Bates. Just not able to get there in time. So Large will advance to second base. 2-2 the count on Walters. And that pitch just a bit outside to bring the count full. Pitch low for ball four. Walters will go to first on the walk. And to the plate will come Kramer, the
Kay
center
Kramer
fielder.
at bat, Ecker
Runners
deck,
on first and
Kramer in
second.
the hole.
One out here in the top of the fifth. As Hesston trying to put some more runs on the board to stretch this 3-run lead into a bit more comfortable lead against these Greenbacks. First pitch in there for strike one. And a swinging strike two. That one hard hit to James at shortstop. A nice play to Teasley at third to get the lead runner for out number 2 of the inning. Heads up play there by James at shortstop as she's able to field that ball cleanly, and Teasley gets to third. Plenty of time. Well, that lead runner is always so important to get out.
Ecker at bat,
Doesn't hurt you any with the ball hit in the infield if you can get the lead runner. So that will bring up Elker, the right fielder. First pitch in there for strike one. Runners at first and second for the Swathers. That pitch a bit low and inside for ball one. That ball hit foul right behind home plate. We'll move the count to 1-2 as Bailey Jackson tries to get out of this inning with no runs earned. Slow off-speed pitch. Marley Bates having trouble handling that one. The runners are both going to advance. Moves the runners to second and third. Count to 2-2 with 2 outs. 2s across the board. And just misses for ball 3. Going to bring the count full. And a swinging strike 3 from Bailey Jackson there for the third out of the inning. No harm done to the Greenbacks as they'll move into the bottom of the fifth. Still trailing by 3, 4-1 here at Pinkel Field. You're listening to Greenback Sports on Eastus Media.
You're listening to Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media.
All right, thanks for tuning in here to Greenback Sports on Eastus Media. We're live here at Pinkel Field where the Greenbacks trail the Hesston Swathers 4-1 in the bottom of the fifth inning. Sage Coleman at the plate for the Greenbacks. First pitch is a ball 1. Again, if you're tuning in, we appreciate it. If you're watching the live stream, leave us a comment if you'd like. Ball 2 on Coleman. First strike of the at-bat is a swinging strike. Moves the count to 2-1. As Griffin at the mound. Looks like she adopted the face mask this inning. I haven't seen it previously, but I don't blame her. She's taking some heaters right up the middle. Not a bad precaution to take. So that pitch swung off, fouled down the Greenback side of third baseline. Moves the count to 2-2 for Coleman. And another foul ball out of play over the stands here to the left of us. A well-hit ball to the third baseman. Coleman's going to have to leg it out, but a good play there as Kramer at third base is able to field that cleanly and get the out at first base. So
Blazy on deck, James in the hole.
Coleman out on the 5-3 there. That will bring up freshman center fielder Hope Hughes. See if she can get things going here for the Greenbacks in the bottom of the fifth inning. This was about the time the bats came alive last game for the Greenbacks. Kind of a similar story against Griffin on the mound. Had trouble scoring early on and then put up 5 runs in the fifth inning against the Swathers to really break things open. Greenbacks needing something similar here in this game to close this gap as Hesston leads at 4-1. And now the count moves 1-1 on Hope Hughes. That pitch low for ball 2. And a soft grounder there. Hope's going to have to run that one out, but no play able to be made there as routine grounder. Again, Greenback's just not really able to put a good solid bat on the ball this game. Nothing in the outfield that I've seen to this point for the Greenbacks as Lexi Blazy will come to the plate and see if she can get the bats going for the Greenbacks. That pitch outside for ball 1. If Lexi can get that ball in play, she's got the speed to make things happen. And there she goes, a hard grounder down to third, but a great stretch play by Albin at first base to record the third out of the inning. So 3 up, 3 down for the Greenbacks. No runs scored, no runners reach, and we head into the top of the 6th inning, trailing 4-1 here. You're listening to Greenback Sports on Eastus Media. All right, welcome back here to Greenback Sports. We're here at Pinkel Field here at Green Sports Complex on what's, now that the sun's out, I can say a nice Friday evening, but I don't know if I would have said that earlier. It's been a bit chilly. Greenbacks trailing this second game of the doubleheader 4-1. As Kramer, the third baseman for the Swathers, is at the plate here with a 2-1 count to start this inning off. Swinging strike 2 there to even the count up. As Bailey Jackson has came into this game on the mound, really settled things down for the Greenbacks. Hadn't given up any runs. Now we need the Greenback offensive side of things to get going to match this defense by him. That one fouled back out of play. As Kramer tries to stay alive here at the plate. That one right back up the middle as Bailey Jackson has to get out of the way of it. Kramer reaches first on a solid line drive right up the middle, right over second base and right over the shoulder of Bailey Jackson there, as she's got a smile on her face just being able to avoid that one. That'll bring up the left fielder Miller for the Swathers here with leadoff runner on base, and she's going to take second as the throw's there. Bit of a one-hopper there, and Kramer able to get under it for the successful steal. Pitch was in there for strike 1. And the bunt, high bunt, Marley Bates with a great play behind the plate there as that bunt got up in the air a little bit. Marley having to fight her way across the plate through the batter.
Hamilton at bat.
And gets the first out of the inning for the Greenbacks. Great play there by Marley Bates. A one out there, Kramer on second base getting a big lead. Trying to get a good jump on that ball if something's put into play. Count goes 1-1. As Hamilton, the second baseman's at the plate for the Swathers. Pitch inside for ball 2. Boy, that sun comes out and gets low. It puts quite the glare on this press box, doesn't it? Pitch outside for the third ball of this at-bat. That pitch in there for strike 2. Bring the count full at 3-2. One out here in the top of the 6th inning. Runner on second for the Swathers. And that pitch right back to Bailey Jackson, and she's going to have a play at a double play there. And she does a heads-up play as that big lead we talked about earlier that Kramer was taking on second base had her a bit too far off the bag there in that line drive up the middle. Bailey able to snag that one, turn right around, and make the play at second to get out of that inning. We'll head into the bottom of the sixth inning. Greenbacks trailing 4-1 here. You're listening to Greenback Sports on Eastus Media.
You're listening to Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media.
All right, welcome back here to the bottom of the sixth inning as the Pratt Greenbacks trail 4-1 against the Hesston Swathers. Allie James at the plate to lead things off for the Greenbacks as she takes that first pitch and fouls it off for strike one. Greenbacks, if they're going to get something going, they're starting to run out of innings here, down 4-1 in the bottom of the sixth. You're right where you'd like to be, though, if you're Coach Forshee. At the top of your lineup here, Allie James at the plate, and she rips it down the left field line, but just foul. Boy, only probably by the width of a base does that ball go foul. So Allie James looking to get things going here for the Greenbacks. Start off with the lead runner would be huge. With the top of the order here, getting ready to come through for the Greenbacks. Looking at an 0-2 count. That pitch low for ball one. That pitch fouled back out of play as she fights off, keeps the count at 1-2. That one, a hard hit ball between shortstop and third base. Allie will reach first base safely as the Greenbacks put their first hard hit ball into the outfield this game, and leadoff runner on base for the Greenbacks. So this is the way you're wanting to start off an inning if you're Coach Forshee. You got Allie James at first base leading off. Gabby Gatlin coming to the plate here, see if she can get things going. Get a little momentum going here for the Greenback Bats. As Gabby tries to lay down the bunt, that's going to go foul for strike one. Trying to advance Allie James there to second base on the sack. You could see the pitcher and catcher there kind of talking about what to do on a ball like that. Most likely going to see it again here with one strike on you. Still trying to advance that runner. See if Gabby's swinging away or if she tries to lay that bunt down again. And she does square to bunt, pulls it back. James still going though. No play on the throw as James is in there safely with a successful stolen base there. Moves the count to 1-1 for Gabby here. See if she can swing away now that runner advanced on her own. Ball low for ball two. Count 2-1 here. Allie James, leadoff runner to start this inning off with a well-hit ball. Got to first, stole second. So runner in scoring position here for Gabby Gatlin. And a swinging foul ball, strike two. Two and two the count here. That ball a bit outside, but swung on. Going to be a tough play. And a nice effort there by Albin at first place there. Tried to dive and make a play on that ball, but just out of reach. So Gabby Gatlin still at the plate. 2-2 count here. She's trying to get Allie James moving over there from second base. Get things going for the Greenbacks. And that one, a hard hit ball up the middle, is going to move James around. Should be plenty to score. And James comes in for the second run of the Greenbacks on a well-hit ball there by Gabby Gatlin on the right side of the infield. So Gabby continuing to keep the bats going for the Greenbacks here. And coach going to come out and have a talk with his Hesston Swathers here. As we saw it in game one, once these Greenback bats get hot, it's tough to cool them back off. That'll bring J.C. Tice to the plate.
They typically wait until the 6th and 7th
For the bats. The bats, yeah, well, why not? They're, the suspense and the drama. So J.C. Tice will step to the plate here. Allie James able to come around and score on that RBI single by Gabby Gatlin. See if J.C. can keep the bats going here for the Greenbacks. And a short dribbler to first base as J.C. gets around it. Whether or not she's out of the base path is going to be the call there. And they're going to rule that she was out of the base path. I didn't think she left her line. She really didn't get that wide out of the base path, but it just looked like she did. So a sacrifice there by J.C. Tice will move Gabby over to second base. Bring up Marley Bates at the plate here as she continues the bats going here. But the play made at first for the second out of the inning. Gabby not able to advance on that ball as it was hit right to the shortstop. She kind of always freezes that runner on second there. Any other place in the diamond and you can kind of decide what you want to do before the fielder makes the throw, but when it's hitting right in front of you, you can't really go any further. So Bailey Jackson at the plate for the Greenbacks. First pitch is a strike. Gabby Gatlin out there on second looking for someone to bring her home. And a swinging strike two from Bailey Jackson. That one should have a chance at scoring Gabby as it gets over second base. And Gabby Gatlin in to score from second base there by the RBI single from Bailey Jackson. So the runs keep coming. 2 runs this inning to close that gap. 4-3 now, the Hesston Swather lead, but the Greenback bats looking like they're starting to come alive here for a 2-out rally as Aniston Teasley comes to the plate. Well, why not? Excuse me. So Aniston Teasley at the plate for the Greenbacks. First pitch, ball 1. She's hit the ball well today. Can she continue to do so? Ball down the right side. That's going to get well out of play. Strike 2. Strike 1. See if Aniston Teasley can keep this streak going for the Greenbacks here this inning, putting the ball in play. And that pitch outside. Bailey Jackson there with a great base run in there. She had a large lead, and as soon as she saw that throw coming down, she just took off to second base. And the throw not there. So Bailey able to reach second base there safely. Now she's in scoring position. Aniston Teasley at the plate with a 2-1 count. Good base running there by Bailey Jackson. Pitch high and away. 3-1 goes the count. Bailey Jackson looking to score from second base there. Anything in the air, she's going to be running with 2 outs. That pitch down. Aniston draws the walk on ball 4. So runners at first and second base
Coleman at bat.
as Sage Coleman will come to the plate. Coach Force, you want to have a little talk with Sage Coleman here. Make sure they're on the same page. He's just saying, just get up there and grip it and rip it. Let's get these runs in. The Greenbacks trailing 4-3 here. Bottom of the 6th inning. Sage Coleman at the plate. First pitch, strike 1. Jackson on second. Teasley on first. 2 outs, so the runners are going to be running on contact. A well-hit ball scores 1, maybe 2 here. Pitch outside, ball 1. That ball down the line, just foul. That would be the spot to put it, though. That would score Jackson from second. A ball down the line. She's got the speed to get from second to home. Count goes to 1-2. That pitch high, foul back for no damage there as Sage fights off a good pitch there. Count remains 1-2. That ball hit right back up the middle there. She's going to have a chance to get there, and she does. But the runners are both, this could be trouble on the base path, and they get out of it safely there as Teasley assumed Jackson was moving around to score, but she held it third, so they ran into each other there, and then some confusion from the Swathers on who to chase down, and Teasley able to get back to second base safely there. So that's going to bring bases loaded for the freshman Hope Hughes at the plate. Sowers at the plate, and she hits a grounder to third base. That's going to be stepped on by Kramer at third there for the final out of the inning. But the Greenbacks able to score 2 runs that inning, close the gap to a 1-run ball game as they're going to head into the top of the 7th inning, trailing 3-4 here against the Hesston Swathers here at Pinkel Field. You're listening to Greenback Softball on Eastus Media.
You're listening to Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media.
All right, welcome back here to the top of the 7th inning here at Pinkel Field at Green Sports Complex. I'm Cody Eastus with Eastus Media. Thank you for everybody tuning in to the live stream today. Greenbacks came away with a win in the first game 7-0, but they trail the Swathers 4-3 here heading into the 7th inning as they look to try to get out of this inning quick and then on the bottom half get some runs on their side of things. Griffin with a hard hit ball to J.C. Tice and a great snag by J.C. there. Took her right to the bag and able to step on it. Swathers at the top of their lineup as Griffin was looking to get things going, and that nearly did. J.C. Tice with a great play there, able to snag that and get the out at first base. Bailey Jackson trying to make quick work of this inning. Greenbacks can get back to the dugout, get their bats out, get things going on their end. That one, a long, hard fly ball to Hope Hughes in center field. And that's going to be trouble for as Albin gets to third safely on a deep fly ball to center. That wind making it tricky for Hope Hughes out there. The throw had a chance, but Albin able to slide in there for a stand-up triple. A good start for the Hesston Swathers here. 1 out in the top of the 7th. Large at the plate. Albin on third.
Yeah, if you stay where she stands right now, she would pop. But she moved to go with ball. And the wind is.
That one popped up. Should have a play on that ball. J.C. Tice is ran into by Large, but able to stay on the ball and make the out. That's kind of a tricky play as J.C. Tice is right on the base path there, and Large is trying to go to first.
Walters at bat.
Good job by J.C. Tice there to stay focused on that ball, not let the contact break up that out. So 2 outs here, top of the 7th. Walters, the shortstop at the plate for the Swathers. Albin on third base with that stand-up triple with that deep shot to center earlier. And that pitch in there for a strike one takes the count to 1-1. Inside pitch, about caught her on the shoulder there. Count goes to 2-1 on the shortstop, Walters. That one's in there for a high ball 3. And again, inside, high and inside. Walters will draw the walk, put runners at the corners for the Swathers here. Coach Forsey going to come out and have a chat with his pitcher. And we'll take a quick break here while Coach Forsey tries to get his group settled down there. You're listening to Greenback Sports here on Eastus Media.
You're listening to Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media.
All right, and we're back here in the top half of the 7th inning. Runners on the corners for the Swathers. And that runner's stealing. This time Marley Bates throws to third, but not handled well by Teasley. And the runner, Albin, is going to score. But a bit of a base running error there by Walters as she comes around third and rounds it and able to make the tag. That run will count, though. Move the lead 5-3 for the Swathers as the Greenbacks pick up the out on the base running error there by Walters. And the Greenbacks will head into the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing by 2. Have to get the bats out here as this will be their last chance. You're listening to Greenback Sports on Eastus Media.
You're listening to Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media.
we are back here in the bottom of the 7th inning for Pratt High Greenback softball as they trail the Hesston Swathers 5-3. Lexi Blasey at the plate here. Lexi's got a .571 batting average coming into today, but not a lot of plate appearances. Only 9 plate appearances, 4 hits on those appearances, three singles, a double, a couple RBIs, but this one more important than ever is that leadoff batter getting on base is a great way to start an inning, and the Greenbacks got to make up 2 runs here if they want to stretch this game out beyond the 7th. Lexi trying to lay down the bunt there and utilize her speed, but off home plate it goes, and foul ball called strike 1. That pitch in there a bit outside, but not enough for a ball, as that's a called second strike on the outside corner. Must have just caught that outside corner. So now Lexi facing a 1-2 count here to lead things off for the Greenbacks in the bottom of the 7th. Need runners. Can't have runs without runners. That time an off-speed pitch low and away. Going to even the count up at 2-2. Lexi just trying to put something in play here, something on the ground on the opposite side of the field where she can leg out a single. That might be the ball to do it as it gets by. And Lexi's going to be the first safely. Plenty of time to spare. So Lexi Blasey doing what you needed her to do there. She leadoff batter on base. And that'll get back to the top of the lineup here for the Greenbacks as Allie James will come to the plate with Lexi Blasey on first base. And you got to think if you're Coach Mike Forsey, having that speed on first base is something you want to utilize here. We'll see how aggressive she is running the bases. And Allie lays down a beautiful bunt there, not handled very well. And Lexi doesn't even hesitate, turns second and takes third base. So Allie James with a beautiful bunt lays it down to the third base side. Lexi hustling on the base path, able to get to second. And that's going to bring up runners on the corners for the Greenbacks as Gabby Gatlin, one of your seniors on this team, comes to the plate. She squares up to bunt here, pulls it back, but James will take second base. Free up first base now for Gabby. Well, you need 2 runs to tie this thing up and force extra innings, and they're both right out there for you, Gabby. Turns and squares on that inside pitch. Good job to fight it off there by Gabby Gatlin, and she pulls that one foul. Count goes 0-2. Runners at second and third. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Greenbacks trail by 2. And that one turned on, swung on. A high chopper to third base. Able to make the play over there at third base is Kramer. Runners not able to advance as that ball was hit. Got right in the position where it's tough to take third when that ball's coming at you there. So Lexi not able to advance on that. Runners will stay at second and third. Coach Forsey talking to the umpires about something. Maybe asking, not sure what he'd be asking there, but seeing if they would confer and make sure they saw what they saw. As it stands, there's 1 out, runners on second and third. J.C. Tice at the plate for the Greenbacks, and nothing will change from what we knew previously, is no signal from the officials there. So J.C. Tice at the plate here, runners in scoring position. Anything in the outfield is going to get both those runners in, and that might do it. That's a blooper over the third base. Lexi Blasey in to score, and here comes James. And that ties the ball game up on the stand-up double by J.C. Tice as she hits the perfect shot right over third base, shallow of left fielder. So that's what you needed if you're the Greenbacks. You had 2 runners out there down by 2.
Bates at bat.
And you got him in to
Jackson on
tie
deck.
things
Miller
up.
in the hole. One
And that
out.
takes the pressure off of some of these batters. Now you got the winning run out there on second base. One out here for Marley Bates, the senior, coming to the plate. I don't think you could draw this up any better. So again, to recap here, J.C. Tice there with the stand-up double. They're going to intentionally walk Marley Bates there to create the force on all the bases to try to get the double play out of something here. So Marley Bates, apparently now you can just signal intentional walk. You don't have to actually throw the pitches. So Marley Bates moves to first. J.C. Tice on second. And that may score a run. A hard-hit ball, but caught by the left fielder there. That would have won the ball game had that ball dropped there. A hard-hit ball by Bailey Jackson, but right into the glove of the left fielder Miller out there for Hesston. Tried to double up J.C. Tice as she thought that ball was going to hit the ground. So now it comes down to this. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, tie ball game. And that might score it as that's a fly ball into deep left field and a wonderful catch there. A game-saving catch for the Swathers out there in center field. My gosh, Kramer heading to the warning track to catch that, and she pulls it in. I want to see more softball after this, so I'm okay with that. We head to extra innings here on Eastus Media. You're listening to Greenback Softball. We'll be back.
You're listening to Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media.
All right, we are back here for extra inning action at Pinkel Field as this ball game is tied up 5-5. The Greenbacks scoring 2 in that last inning. Runners on base, one of the better plays I've seen, baseball, softball, either sport, this year as Corey Kramer chases down a line drive to deep left center field. A game-saving play for the Swathers, and now she's at bat to lead things off as we head into extra innings here. 2-1 the count. That was a highlight reel catch. And Bailey Jackson evened things up here at 2-2 as the Greenbacks want to get back to the dugout and get those bats out now that they're hot. That one a hard hit ball. Trouble from James at shortstop. And Kramer's going to reach first safely to lead things off for the Swathers.
Ecker at bat, and Kramer on deck, Miller in the hole.
So Samantha Ecker up here for the Swathers. She's got a runner on first base. First pitch strike for Bailey Jackson. tied up here in extra innings at Pinkel Field. That one fouled back into the netting for strike 2. Oh, and 2 the count here as Bailey Jackson works to get the first out of this inning. That one low under Marley's glove and has trouble finding it. And Kramer's going to take second on the stolen base. Count moves to 1-2. Now Kramer in scoring position down there at second base. And that pitch just a bit low and inside. Misses and brings the count 2-2 for the Greenbacks. Bit of an off-speed pitch there. High is going to fill up the count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As the Swathers trying to tack a run or 2 on this inning, give themselves a cushion against this Greenback offense in the bottom half. That pitch misses high.
And Kramer at bat, Miller on deck.
And Ecker will draw the walk. That'll bring up Macy Kramer, number 3. Third baseman for the Swathers. She's got runners on first and second. No outs. Looks like the Swathers may put in a pinch runner here for Ecker over there at first base. I thought that's what the signal was, but it usually doesn't take this long. And we'll see what Hesston's doing over here in the dugout. I thought they signaled for a pinch runner to come in for Ecker there on first base. Now we've got someone emerging from the dugout. That's one of those situations where they're saying, me? I'm supposed to, what? I don't even know where my helmet's at. What? Now we got her. We got her out there on first base trying to catch a number. Oh, yeah, she's still got to get her shoes tied. Can't tell if that's a number 2. Might be Emma Goodman. That looks like number 2. It's like number 2, so Emma Goodman in to run for Ecker there. And that pitch, a strike from Bailey Jackson. The runners on first and second here for the Swathers. No outs as the Greenbacks look to try to, a double play would be the ideal situation here, and that might be the ball to do it if fielded cleanly. Not able to get the double play, but the lead runner is retired there. So no harm done there for the Greenbacks, able to put an out on the board. Runners do not advance. Make the lead out. That's exactly what they did there. Don't worry about the double play. Good play there by Allie James at shortstop. That pitch in there for a strike. Strike 1 as Miller for Hesston comes to the plate. Inside for ball 1. And that pitch just misses for ball 2. Count evens up at 2-2. Runner still at first and second. And that pitch catches the outside corner as Abby Miller goes down looking for the second out of the inning.
Hamilton at bat, Griffin on deck, Albin in the hole, 2 outs.
And that will bring up Kinsley Hamilton as the hope of the Swathers here with 2 outs, runners on first and second. If you're going to do something, you've got to do it here. And that is a nice off-speed pitch there by Bailey Jackson in there for strike 1. Get ahead of the count. Good work by Bailey. That one just a bit inside for ball 1. Evens things up. Count goes 1-1. Now any base will do for the Greenbacks. You don't need to worry about the double play ball. That ball swung on and fouled back for strike 2. 1 strike away from getting out of this inning and getting into the dugout and getting those bats out for the Greenbacks. See what Bailey Jackson brings here. Swung on and fouled back. And a high outside pitch, but swung on for the 3rd out of the inning as Bailey Jackson gets them out of that inning. The Greenbacks will head to the bottom half of this ball game, of this 8th inning. 5-5. We're in the 8th inning here. Extra innings for the Greenbacks. You're listening to Greenback Softball on Eastus Media.
You're listening to Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastus Media.
All right, we are back here at Green Sports Complex at Pinkel Field in extra innings. Greenback softballs, it's all tied up here, 5-5 against the Hesston Swathers in this game 2 of your doubleheader. Greenbacks came away with the win in game 1 after a couple late inning rallies, and they try to do the same thing here as they trailed 4-1 going into the 5th inning of this ball game, then put up 2 in the 6th. Gave up another in the 7th and then scored 2 in the 7th in dramatic fashion to push it to extra innings. And that ball, after bobbled by the first baseman, Coleman will reach first base safely. I thought the play was there, and then the ball ended up on the turf, out of the glove. So the Greenbacks with the leadoff batter on first base. That is the winning run. And that will bring up Hope Hughes, the freshman, center fielder for your Greenbacks here. See if she can advance Coleman, get her from first to second. Squares up to bunt there and takes strike 1. Again, Hughes trying to lay down the bunt there down the first base line. Spin of that ball just takes it foul. Now with 2 strikes on her. What will be the strategy by the Greenbacks here? Hope Hughes probably swinging away. A ball in play. Needs something on the ground to advance the runner. And that ball in the dirt for ball 1. 1-2 the count. Bottom of the 8th inning. Greenbacks, Hesston tied up here 5-5. And again, ball low for ball 2 to even the count up. That ball swung on, pop fly to And that's going to be waved foul. Tough to tell there from our vantage point, but very close from landing in fair play. Hope with a little bit of new life here now. That would have been a tough ball as Sowers not advancing. If that ball would have hit, the out probably would have been made at second. Hope turns on that one. Play's going to be made at second base, and they'll get the out at Sowers at second base, so they get the lead out. Hope advances to first base on the single. Hesston able to get the lead runner there.
Blasey at bat, James on deck, Gatlin in the hole.
And that will bring up Lexi Blasey to see if she can move Hope Hughes around. Again, Greenbacks tied up here 5-5. Bottom of the 8th inning. A run wins this ball game. That's all the Greenbacks need is a run. Hope Hughes is the winning run at first base. Get Lexi Blasey to advance her to second here, ideally, and then get to the top of the lineup with Allie James. And Lexi lays down a great bunt there. They're going to have to go for the play at first base. And Lexi's speed runs it out as she's called safe at first base. So the runner advances. Lexi's safe at first. So still one out. Runners at first and second for the Greenbacks, and we're back to the top of the lineup with Allie James. Winning run on second base. Pitch outside for ball one. One out here in the bottom of the 8th. Greenbacks all tied up. That ball swung on, pop fly, and a play made by the first baseman out of bounds. And that'll be the second out of the inning. I thought that ball might get out of play, but not enough as it gets down. Plenty of room there for Albin to make the play at first base. So 2 outs, winning run on second base. And that ball's in there for strike one on Gabby Gatlin. And that ball swung on, a deep ball to right field, and it's going to drop. That's going to bring in the winning run as Hope Hughes crosses home plate. The Greenbacks win the ball game 6-5 on a deep fly ball by Gabby Gatlin, your senior. What a way to walk that game off as your Greenbacks win it 6-5 in extra innings against the Hesston Swathers. You gotta be.
Sorry.
And that'll do it for the Greenbacks here as Gabby Gatlin has the winning RBI to bring Hope Hughes in from second base. That's just what you wanted. Got Hope over to second once she reached first. Get back to the top of your lineup. A great win for the Greenbacks as they sweep this doubleheader and move on to 15-1 for the season. A big night for the Greenbacks as they head next week to... Oh, where I had that. They play Hillsboro. They'll be home against Hillsboro next week. So a big win for the Greenbacks they pick up here at Pinkel Field. Appreciate everybody tuning in for the broadcast tonight. It was fun to do. First softball game. Hope to do many more after this. So thank you. On behalf of Greenback Nation, I was Cody Eastis with Eastis Media. Tune in next time.
You're listening to Greenback Sports, brought to you by Eastis Media.